Well, hey everybody. So I was just sitting down to edit this video and realized it's way too long for this to be both my NAMM review and the weekly shop update. So I'm going to post these as two separate videos. I'll go ahead and post the NAMM update today, and I will post the shop update for you guys tomorrow. And so that way you're not sitting here for the next 20 minutes. All right, guys, enjoy the video, and I'll see you all soon. Well, hey everybody, good to see you. So I wanted to give you another update on everything I got going on here on in the shop. Give you some updates from stuff I did over the weekend, and let's go ahead and talk a little bit about my trip to the NAMM show the week of the 20th back in January. And let's go ahead and just start there. I gotta be honest with you guys. It was the first time that I had gone to the show. Wasn't quite sure what to expect. The last big trade show that I've been to was SEMA. And that was years ago. That was back when I was still racing up at Pikes Peak and trying to get together support for that. So, had an idea what the show floor was going to look like and, and things like that, but wasn't sure, what the personalities were going to be like and that kind of thing. So I was pleasantly surprised and maybe not surprised at all at how really incredible the entire community was, and very welcoming. Very excited to talk to you about what you've got going on, tell you about what they've got going on. I met some really wonderful people, a lot of people that I have followed musically for years. I got a chance to meet, I got to shake hands with Reese Sarzo. That was pretty fun. A blast from the past there, but I also got a chance to shake hands with Lee Sklar, which was amazing. Really one of the most influential bass players on the planet. Got a chance to didn't get a chance to meet him, but I got a chance to see Victor Wooten play and talk about some of the products that he's been sponsoring. Oh gosh, Burnt, what an amazing guitar player that guy is as well. I've been watching him on YouTube for probably 3 or 4 years now, and got a chance to see him play with Charles Berthoud at the Swift Audio booth, and so getting a chance to see the two of them play in person was extraordinary in its own right. But getting a chance to see them play together was really something special. And I did get a few pictures. I wasn't taking video that day, but that was the day where I got a chance to really see him playing. That I had my Canon with me, the old motorsports camera. Decided to shoot Friday, kind of take a step back and look at it through my photographer's eye for a day, just to kind of change up the experience. And it was a visual feast. So I wanted to spend a day experiencing it like that, like I had, back in the day when I was shooting motorsports media. It's a much different thing to take in an event through the eyepiece of a camera. It just is. Maybe it's not that way for every photographer out there, but for me, it definitely is. I do not see the same thing out here as I do when I'm looking through my viewfinder. So I think it changes the way I look at things a bit. I think it changes the way that I move through spaces and the things that I'm looking for as well. So after a couple days of education and going to the classroom setting stuff, which was amazing. On I didn't get to go Tuesday. I went Wednesday, and then Wednesday and Thursday actually. So Wednesday and Thursday is all classroom stuff, or Wednesday was all classroom stuff, and then Thursday the show floor opened. So Thursday was a little bit of a mix, some classroom stuff, and the first day of the show floor, again, visual overwhelmment, trying to, who am I seeing? What am I looking for? And then Friday, that middle day, when I made the decision to do that through the lens of my Canon, I knew I'd made the right decision. So it was a great, fun way to spend the day. I clicked off, not a ton of shots. My average day shooting when I was shooting motorsports was probably 1,000 shots for the day, somewhere in that neighborhood. And I maybe shot 500 or 600 frames that day, and but it was great fun, and it was a lot of fun too to go home and hop back into Lightroom, which I don't do as often as I used to either, and take a look and see what I got. And I was really happy. If you guys take a look at my Instagram channel, you'll see a few of the posts that I did from Friday, a few of the shots that I got from Friday. One of those was of Burnt. Man, let me tell you, that kid, that poor guy, photographs extraordinarily well. And I would love to someday, get him and his guitar here in the studio and do some shots. That would be a whole lot of fun because, yeah, him playing was really something else to see. So great fun. But yeah, Victor Wooten was incredible. Lee Sklar, like I say, Charles Berthoud. I'm not quite sure exactly how he pronounces it. It used to be, I think it was Berthoud Mountain was in Colorado, but I'm not sure how he pronounced it. It might be Berthoud? Berthoud? Not sure. Anyway, I'll find out. Anyway, really nice fellow as well. Berth was a lot of fun to talk to, though. Met some suppliers as well during the show, so it wasn't all just about going and meeting musicians and YouTubers. It was also about trying to find connections to suppliers that I can use here, building these bases, and I got lucky doing that as well. I got to meet the folks from China who run a company called Jane and Pearl. And I love their stuff. I've actually been using it in quite a few of my guitars for about 4 years now. When I first found them, I was like, well, their quality was just really good. Their mother of pearl dots and things like that are not like plastic backed with a really, really thin veneer. They're full thickness materials, which is wonderful. So really great stuff from them. So it was nice to meet them in person. Also met one of my local hardwood suppliers, California Exotic Hardwoods. And if you guys saw my video last week, you see that I picked up some of those rosewood fretboards from them last Sunday. And that's part of the update today. I'm going to show you how those fretboards turned out. And I'll show you what I'm doing with those here in just a second. But back to the NAMM show. Great photographs, great environment, amazing people. Andy Ferris, the guitar geek of YouTube fame, what an amazing, incredible human being. I just was so blown away by his generosity with his time, his advice, and just lending an ear to everything. What a guy, really. There are him, and I would say also Chappers, Mr. Chapman from Chapman Guitars. He was fantastic as well. And again, another one of those guys too that you just kind of gravitate towards because they have a certain thing about them that makes you want to chat with them, find out a bit more about them, and there's a certain comfort that you have immediately talking to them. They just come off as that kind of a person, right? They're a good person. So. Rob Chapman, he always came off that way, and it was really fantastic to get a chance to meet with him. I started off the week right, though, too. Gosh, first person that I met on the show floor on Thursday was Lee Anderton from Anderton's over in the UK. And my admiration for him is probably more business than musical. Although, him and, the Andertones, their homegrown band, there are a lot of fun to watch. But meeting Lee Anderton, that guy, yeah, for me, solid businessman, and what he's done with Anderton's music over there in the UK. The man seems to make a lot of really, really solid decisions, and you can just kind of tell he loves what he does, really loves the business, and it was a lot of fun to briefly chat with him. He was pretty busy there on Thursday shooting some stuff with Pete Honore. Who also didn't get a chance to meet Pete on Thursday when I met Lee. I got a chance to meet Pete on Saturday. So it was kind of funny. I got to bookend my week with the fine folks from Anderton. So that was a lot of fun. And I really admire Pete's playing. What an incredible guitar player that man is. And super, super nice guy as well. So everybody from Anderton's that I got a chance to chat with, even briefly, was extraordinarily nice. The guys from Premier Guitar as well. I mean, that was a brief meeting. Got a chance to chat with them, kind of walk and talk as they were going from one location to another, and they were super, super cool. Chatting with the host of the show and the camera guy, and that was a lot of fun as well. But just a laundry list of amazing performers that I got a chance to see. And that several that I got a chance to meet, quite a few builders that I got a chance to meet and get familiar with their work. They're Yeah, amazing designs, folks, guys just like me who are just trying to get out there and make a name for themselves and do good work for their clients. So that was really fun to see, and getting a chance to talk to those guys and find out that they struggle with the same shit I do, just on a larger scale. For the ones who are starting to do more production work, it was a lot of fun. It was really great to chat with them, and what was really cool too, at the end of each of those conversations, what was really nice was, each of them lending a bit of encouragement. Keep it up, man. Keep getting your stuff out there. That's, it's awesome what you're trying to do, and likewise to all of them. It's really an incredible space. So couldn't have felt more welcome throughout the entirety of my visit there. I was there Wednesday. Basically Wednesday through Saturday, all day, each day. Lasted into the evening as long as I could. I'm a little older now and find that I get tired a little bit sooner, so I'm not going to be staying up until midnight or anything. But had a great time for the time that I was there. Got to learn a lot about the industry. Met some really great. Met the guys from Driftwood Guitars too. Gosh, I got to meet them. That was the first thing that I got to do on Saturday morning. As soon as I walked in the venue. There was Chris and his partner there from Driftwood Guitars, and what a wonderful way to start the day. It was so cool because watching him and the Driftwood Guitars channel is what made wearing these okay. Seeing him wear them on his channel made that super fun look acceptable, I guess. All right. So that's just a brief overview for you guys of the NAMM show. I'm really looking forward to going next year. I'll let you know what else I got going. I'm going to be getting a chance to go up and visit with the folks up at Nordstrand Audio. So Kerry Nordstrand and his team are super, super awesome. I think I mentioned in one of the videos right during the show or just after in one of the posts, just the dumb luck that I had there. And part of that dumb luck was meeting the one and only person from Nordstrand Audio that actually went to NAMM. They didn't have a booth or anything, and she was the one who was there under somebody else's umbrella, and I just happened to sit down next to her at the Hilton for lunch. Heard her talking about her bass guitars, asked a question. She told me she worked for Nordstrand, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Dumbest luck ever. So, and the reason that's exciting is because I love working with locals, when I can. And Nordstrand is just right up in Redlands, which is not far from me. It's maybe an hour from my place. So, and I've got friends that I really want to see up there anyway. So it'll be a lot of fun to get up that way and go for a visit and go meet those fine folks. That was Sonia that I met during lunch that day, and she was super cool. Awesome bass player as well. So looking forward to getting up there and meeting that team. All right, everybody. Thanks again for joining me today. I do appreciate it. And we'll see you again soon for another update.